and welcome to my channel. Today we're going to be making some tinder, some waterproof tinder out of some jute twine. And what I've done ahead of time is I've cut quite a bit of jute twine in the same size length that I want it. It kind of looks like a ponytail. And what we're going to do today is I've melted down some wax and we're going to dunk this in the wax to make this waterproof. And we're going to use our templates, as I like to call them. These are two lids to tin containers that I have recently purchased. They're actually about the same size. And what I want to do is I want to dip the jute twine in the wax and then make a spiral so that I can stack them inside the containers that I have to carry it. So I'm going to move you guys around and we're going to start doing what we do. So you guys may recognize this angle from previous videos that I've done. Same thing, making wax, tinder, if you will. That was the first one. The way that I'm going to have to do this is I could even just throw a few of these in here and let them get down in the wax and soak it up, and then just pull them out when they're ready. So then we'll have something like this. And the wax that I'm using is wax that I bought a very long time ago from a thrift store, actually. And I bought it for, I think, $3 the candle was. It was very cheap, or very inexpensive, I should say. And I'm still using it today. I've made hundreds, I'd say not hundreds, I'd say a couple hundred wax-covered cotton balls with that wax, and I still have it. It was just a large pillar. This actually, and this was about that big and pretty thick. And since the jute twine was wrapped originally like this in a spool, it's pretty easy to get it that way once you're done with it. So it's pretty easy to form to what you want. The only problem is it sticks to your tools because the wax cools pretty fast. So you want to be careful when you're doing this. And I have my my flame at the lowest possible setting for this, because if you have it any higher than that, there's going to be a lot of smoke coming from the wax, coming off the wax, and you really don't want to smoke up your house. This is the last one for this batch. And you also want to be careful not to burn your hands because this wax does get very hot. So that's what we have. Something like this is what I want. It's already pretty dry, and these are going to fit in my tins fairly well. See that? That's what we want. And some of these I'll press together if they're still warm, they'll form that way. Just like that. And they'll be really easy to store because you can press them down. They're not going to get in your way. The wax on that one's still a little warm. This one didn't turn out as great. So what I'm going to do is take it, reform it a little bit. Dunk the end of it and let it sit again, and it'll reform itself. And that one was perfect. Just what I want. Same with this one. So that's what we're going for. And these, like I said, are covered in wax, so now they're waterproof. Perfect. And you can stack them just like this. You can even press them down if you want. You can store these many different ways. You don't have to have them in this spiral configuration. But you can press that down and you can get a few different rolls out of it. So I'm going to keep going and get back to you guys. So something that I found, which is a little trick, is get your wax to the point where it's pretty hot, cut off your heat, and then you can kind of form your wax the way you want it. So you let your jute twine drip a little bit, roll it down, and pinch this piece right here so now it's formed together. And then take it and pinch it again. Just like so. So now that's pretty much already formed just like that, and it's pretty much already cooled. So you can do this in any pretty much configuration that you want to fit in the containers that you want to put them in or store them in. And I'll show you guys one more time real quick. This is a bit longer piece. Take it and you pinch this piece right here. So now that's pinched. Take it, wrap it around. You can pinch it some more around the rope if that's what you choose, or around the twine. Just like so. So these cool much faster and they're much easier for you to manipulate than cotton balls, because the cotton balls hold more wax, which holds the heat in there much longer than the jute twine does. So right now we're reheating our wax because it's starting to solidify a little bit more. And I'm going to take my chunk and just put it in there. I don't want my heat to be too high because it'll start smoking. I'll have to start using the vent on the microwave to help suck up some of that smoke. And what I'm doing right now with the pliers is, if you guys can see, well, since I've already melted it off, but the wax starts to get stuck to the end of your pliers. And if you just dump that back in your hot wax, the majority of it will fall off and melt off. So I just did that a few times. And we've got some pretty good pieces of cord here, some tinder. And I rolled these in a configuration of different sizes so I could stack them a bit better. That one's not as dry yet. You can do ovals, more of an oval shape. Again, you can pack these down, press them down on each other to really keep them compressed. And I think what I'm going to do next is make even smaller spirals to go inside the other one so we can really hold a good amount of tinder. And this is what I'm talking about. This fell off one of my pliers. It gets clumped on the end of it, so you throw that back in the hot wax and it'll melt. Okay guys, so I have my container here, and this is the old M&M's container that I talked about in my Pocket Fishing Kit series. I had two of them. I had a red one and a green one. The red one's going to be used for my fire kit. I'm probably going to spray paint over this with black. But anyway, I've taken 10 rolls of the jute twine right here. What I'm going to do is put them in here, just like so. Lay them in there, stacked. You guys can kind of see that. I could even put more in there, but I think 10 is a good amount for right now. Close this, and now I've got my tinder ready to go. It's waterproof. I don't have to worry about the tin getting wet because the tinder itself is already waterproof, so I don't have to worry about that. It's nice and compact. You can carry a good amount of them. You can really squish them down once they're dry, like these ones. These are very, very, very thin, and these are very, very well rolled. These are actually my better ones. You can take them and you can compact them down, smush them down, so you can keep them in a can, a tin, whatever you want to carry them in. You can even carry them in a plastic baggie if that's what you choose. Really simple, really easy. In total cost, it didn't really cost me a whole lot because I already had the candle and I already had the jute twine. But if you want to go out and make them yourselves, the jute twine, like I said, was around $3, and the candle itself was around $2–3 from Goodwill, or you can go to Walmart or anywhere you have a candle, or you can have one laying around that you could use. Very inexpensive, and they're going to last you a long time, and I still have a whole spool. I barely have dented this spool yet, and all I've done to the spool is put a piece of PVC in there to keep it more sturdy. But the spool is probably going to last me a good amount of time, and the tinder will last forever. You don't have to worry about it. You can keep it in storage, in a bug out bag, in a car bag, or a go bag, or in your EDC. However you choose to carry them is up to you. But a really good tinder, it's going to take a spark very well, and that's what I've really been looking for. You can make excellent bird's nests with jute twine, and even when it's waxed, if you rip those fibers up, you're still going to get a good bird's nest. So that was how to make waterproof or waxed jute twine. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in the next video.